What's going on, guys? My name is Renegade. Today we're here to talk about ArchPaladin class. Now this is not my full guide slash review. That's going to be coming later in the week, and I'll leave my reason why for that at the end of the video. Got a little bit of a surprise, you could say. But anyway, this is going to be a little overview of the buffs. So what happened, if you don't know, Pisces, who is a class designer, he is at PSI_AE on Twitter. He essentially released this class as a class for AQW's 8th birthday. And it came out, and people were underwhelmed by the class itself. I made it clear on Twitter that I was sort of underwhelmed as well, but the class, you know, I am impressed with the way it's designed. Particularly, I want to highlight this ability here. It's really, really interesting. It's called Righteous Seal, and what it does is it pretty much deals damage and reduces all the damage you will do by 50% and all the damage your opponents will do by 90% for 10 seconds. So you can nullify like a Blood Rage when you're soloing. This is a soloing class, by the way, just sort of get that out there. I hope it's already clear to you, those of you who keep up with that sort of thing in AQW, but yes, this is a soloing class. This ability here really, really is a unique and interesting thing that Pisces has implemented into the class, and I always love to see that in AQW. It makes the classes a whole bunch more fun to use, and that's what gaming is about. At the end of the day, it's all about having fun. It's not about having a good class, it's about having fun. And so if something's fun, then I believe that AE has filled their responsibility as a game dev company place thingamajig. Yeah. So the buffs were, I'll read this off of Pisces' Twitter. Pisces noted that the buffs were commandment cooldown is 5 seconds now from 6 seconds, and it increases your damage output by 2% per stack, and skills 1, 3, and 4 are also long range now. So that is auto attack, sorry, not auto attack, commandment, Righteous Seal, and your Sacred Magic Eden. Now I'm not going to use the Sacred Magic Eden because it's got a 60-second cooldown, so we don't want to wait for that, but regardless, the rank 10 passive also, he noted, wasn't working properly. The rank 10 passive increases your outgoing damage by 20%. So not only does this ability buff your damage by 2% per stack now, your actual raw damage is now higher because the rank 10 passive wasn't working before. And the third skill, which is this skill here, doesn't reduce your damage output as much. It used to reduce your damage by 90% and your enemy's damage by 90%, but now it just reduces yours by 50%. So that's a 40% damage reduction, if that makes sense. Yeah, that's pretty much it. If you want to talk to Pisces about what you think of the class, then go over to him on Twitter. Regardless, though, let's take a little test ride of this new ride we've got. New ride. I don't know why I said ride. It's a new class. I won't talk about enhancements or anything in the video. Just bear with me in terms of all that. I'm gonna be doing a review, my guide, whatever you want to call it, at the end of the week. Just stay tuned for that. That is on Friday, server time, at the very latest. Something may be adjusted with the class, I'll get into that now. So I had a conversation with Pisces on Twitter, in my DMs with him. Sounding like a Keemstar right now, talking about people talking in the DMs. But regardless, I am going to be reading out some stuff that he said to me that he gave me permission to read, by the way. Don't think I'm exposing our private conversation. He actually did give me permission to say this on my video. So I basically said that the class was pretty good at support because this ability here, your heal, is really, really strong. So if we go for a heal right now, it's 1.8k non-crit, and that also is applied to your allies as well that are with you. So it's a pretty good support class. That heal is really, really strong, and it heals, well, it heals, of course, and it also increases your endurance and defense by 20% for 6 seconds. So that's a nice little endurance and defense buff there as well. And not only does it do that for the support, but it makes your per stack of commandment, and again the stacks to 50, your enemy has 2% less damage, 2% less dodge chance, this is per stack by the way, 2% less crit chance, 2% less crit amount, and 2% less hit chance, and they take 2% more damage. So that's going to be buffing everyone around you. That is a crazy buff for everyone. It's technically not nerfing, debuffing your enemy, but that's obviously affecting your allies that are fighting the monster with you. So if you're fighting a really difficult boss, which they are, I am seeing more difficult bosses, of course, in the game recently, which is great to see. A lot of the bosses before, you could grab like a standardized farming class and kill the bosses. I mean, especially in the Throne of Darkness saga, I noticed in the first few parts it was like, hey, this boss can be killed with freaking Blaze Miner, come on. But regardless, yeah, this class's buffs have made it like even better for support. And yeah, what I was really quite triggered with, I said the word triggered because it really did annoy me when I was farming this class to rank 10, was the class itself wasn't long range. It was like close ranges as hell. Like you'd have to be really close. Like in Honor Hall, you'd have to stand in a very specific spot to get both the enemies at once with the ability. So it was quite a bad time. But regardless, we are nearing the end of this fight. I've got quite a few stacks of commandment up here. One thing to note as well is your DOT that you're doing on them is increased in 5 increments, 5 large increments when you first use the first 5 uses of commandment. But because it says it obviously stacks the DOT 5 times. It's quite small. It's not very big. But actually, the 2% damage increase actually continues to increase the DOT even past the point of when it's actually like past its full maximum stacks. Anyway, we're nearing the end. We're going to use our big nuke ability. It's going to consume our commandment stacks. Bam! 10k 500. Like 10,500 damage non-crit. Now, I haven't actually managed to get a crit with this yet, so I don't know if it can crit, but I will get into that later. Anyway, back to the Pisces conversation thing. I noted that it's good at support, right? Well, he responded my goal was to make something original, and there are a lot of support venues that haven't been explored. If I have my way, the class will function more like Chunin by Friday night. More like Chunin by Friday. Okay, all right then. That's gonna be it for a video, guys. That's if he gets his way though. No, I'm not confirming anything here. He said definitely don't tell your subs that tell your viewers that this is gonna be confirmed, because he said he has to talk to the head class designers or whatever. He has to get that actually confirmed. These changes, by the way, these buffs that he made to the class just today were actually the damage increase on the commandment stack was actually supposed to be in the class from the get-go. So this is actually like an actual added bonus to the class. Like I think they just patched the wrong version of the class into the server or something like that when they first released it. But now he wants to add more buffs to the class. So that could be happening Friday. If I'm gonna wait for my class guide till Friday for that reason. If there aren't any buffs, then I'll go ahead and just release my class guide with the current state of the class. But I thought I'd just give you guys an update on the buffs on the class. This class is amazing. I'm seeing people on Twitter posting 43k screenshots, people hitting 43k. I don't even know if it's the highest. I don't even see what level they were. I just saw 43k hits on this last ability here. It's like, that's crazy good for a support soloing class. Like, that's... I mean, we do see Stonecrusher. Stonecrusher is a tier 2 class, so it's kind of unfair to compare it to that. But regardless though, guys, I am going to be making a class comparison this week involving ArchPaladin in some way. So if you guys want to see that, then leave your suggestions for class comparisons ArchPaladin versus something else in the comment section down below. I'm thinking between Stonecrusher, Legion Doom Knight, or Card Clasher, just because Card Clasher and ArchPaladin are kind of like I guess you could say like lower tier like soloing classes. They're not like god soloing classes. Also, I haven't looked at Ultra Omni Knight for a long time, so I could take a little look at I just got disconnected. I could take a look at Ultra Omni Knight as like a comparison, but I am stretching this out way too much. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.